Hello and welcome to Coffee with Jane. Today's interview is with GinaG, who is a health and weight loss coach. My name is Jane Scanlan, and I am your interviewee for Coffee with Jane. And I help single mums in business to gain clarity, confidence, and create their own unique plan that is going to work for their lifestyle. So, Gina, please introduce yourself and your business.
Okay, so yeah, my name is GinaG and my business is Zest for Life with GinaG. I am, as the lovely Jane said, a wellness and weight loss coach, and I personally help 40 plus women who feel powerless around their weight and their size and just want something. They want to get off the yo-yo dieting merry-go-round, because that's what I did. That's what happened to me. And I know there's lots of women out there, because I talk to people all the time about this, who are like me. You know, you open your wardrobe and you've got 4 different sizes in there, because you might get down to that size again. You won't. I have. Or there's bigger ones, and you've got that all the time. And then you've got the thing going on where you wear elasticated waist things because it's comfy, and because it's comfy you don't notice that actually the elasticated
they're dangerous.
Oh, and leggings are great, but they're bad as well. All that sort of thing. And I know I can help people because I've been there. I have been that woman who has yo-yo dieted all her life. And you name a diet, I've been on it. I'm like, I should have been thin all my life. These diets I've been on, and and it's like everybody. I think you lose weight on the diet because you're in the diet mentality, and you come off the diet, and then what do? You don't stay on the diet, do you? You come off, and you eat what you eat. And it all piles back on. And with me as well,
it's all about lifestyle
changes. That's exactly
changes. Yeah,
that's exactly what I'm about. That's exactly what I'm about, and that's what I'm passionate about. And I know that I can help people because I have done it myself. And if I relate to people. Can I tell you a little story about when I actually had to go and buy a pair of size 12 trousers? Sorry. Photobombed. So never been I honestly can't remember when I've ever been a size 12, because I was a fat child, and I'm 5'6", and I was 5'6" when I was 11. So I was fat, and I wore glasses. So I never got bullied because I was bigger than everybody, but I was never tiny. I was never small.
Yeah.
I never felt small, and so if I ever got down to a size 14, that was really good for me. That's slim. That was slim. So when the last time, so 18 months ago, when I actually got to the target weight that I am now, so I got down to a size 14, got me 4 size 14s out, put me size 16s back, and I was wearing them. That was great. I was feeling really good in them. I thought, getting a bit loose. And then I said to David, my trousers getting really. He said, well, wear a belt. That is such a man thing to say, isn't it? Wear a belt. It's not what I mean. Anyway, I got to the stage where I literally had to think about going down to size 12. And it took me 2 weeks. 2 weeks of walking into shops, picking up size 12 and putting it back. So I thought, I can't get into that. And I didn't want to do it if it wasn't going to work. And eventually, I thought, this is silly. I've got to do it. So, and I've still got these trousers now. I picked them up, and they're a pair of, it was the summertime, so they're a pair of size 12 white stretch jeans from Next. Absolutely drop dead gorgeous. I feel amazing in them. And I thought, right, that's it. And so I went in the changing room, and you probably, you might do if you were if you were a bit larger when you were pregnant.
Yeah. I'll tell my story next.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So trying to, when you get halfway to your knees and you're putting something on, and you think, this is going to fit. And I can't tell you, I've got goosebumps thinking about it now. And they had a proper zip, and it was none of this elasticated.
It wasn't stretch.
Proper. That feeling was just, I've got it again, actually, every time I think about that, so I know I can help people because I've been there.
Yeah, definitely. I've kind of similar story. I started putting on weight when I was about 10. And it was basically because I got a bit of responsibility. 10, 11, I was allowed to walk home from school on my own and let myself in. And then what did Jane do? Jane would eat crisps, chocolate bars, or breakfast cereals. Crunchy nut cornflakes were my favourite back then.
Of course, why not?
Full of sugar, lovely. So yeah, before that, I was, I was quite athletic-y.
Yeah.
Slim child, totally. And then from really 10, then I started to put on weight, and then I was chubby, and it was like, oh, it's only puppy fat. No, it's not. It's because you're eating fat, Jane. But
let's go with the puppy.
Before that, I still had healthy, 3 meals a day, that kind of thing. It was all healthy, home cooked food, wasn't processed stuff. It was just literally from getting that extra bit of freedom. Yeah. I just was like eating the rubbish, and then thankfully I shot up as a teen. So I kind of lost it with the growth spurt at about 15. So I kind of went from here to, oh, wow.
That was nice.
Yeah, but it didn't last because my lifestyle choices
well,
were still not healthy. I was still eating, the good food, the normal home-cooked food my mum would always make. But I started drinking. How many empty, horrible, wasted calories are in booze?
I know.
Yeah. So gradually, like the the picture of the kind of ape into a human.
Oh.
Yeah. Have you seen the one of the teenage woman into her 30s? It's flying around the internet. I've seen it a few times, and it's basically it's bigger and bigger, and a bit more hunched and a bit more, and it's basically the boozy fast food lifestyle, pizza, pasta, blah blah.
Probably children
and could be children as well. I mean, but it's never the child. It's not the child. It's what you put it in.
Well, no, that's what I mean. Yeah, yes.
It's never. It's
not the child's fault, is it?
Not the child's fault.
I'm eating food.
And then when I was 32, I fell pregnant with my lovely daughter, and beforehand I was already putting in lifestyle changes. But for me, that was the moment. You've really got to change your life, Jane.
Yeah. And
that is when I really stepped into transforming my life and stepping away from that kind of lifestyle into a much healthier lifestyle. And surprise, I got no baby weight at all.
Wow. Brilliant.
Because I was eating really healthy, I was exercising, etc.
Yeah. I mean, it's very difficult, isn't it? Lifestyle is just where it's at. We have all got control over that. We have all got power over that, and now that makes me feel powerful. But I think until you can grasp how you can do it, it can make you feel powerless.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And I think the shame and the guilt of feeling fat, even the word, that's why let's just say the word as many times as possible. It's a bit like vagina, like let's just say it as much as possible.
I think it's
we won't be ashamed or embarrassed about it. We should not be ashamed or embarrassed.
No, yeah, it's just it's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. Well, that's brilliant. So you're obviously, I mean, I'm a lot older than you, and we've always had a reasonably healthy lifestyle, but I was well, I've lost 3.5 stone actually, so like you, and I just, it's interesting because I was out with my girlfriends last night, as I said, and we were talking about, I'd got a dress on that one of them had given me when we were still working together, because that's how we met. And that was about 5 years ago. And I love this dress so much. I don't do this very often. I don't really actually save things, because we used to live in a motorhome. We lived in a motorhome for 14 and a half years.
Wow.
So my wardrobe, darling, was like that.
Was
So I
yeah.
literally had nothing that I couldn't wear. And, you know, and if I ever bought anything home, you know, because I always shop in charity shops. So if I bought 3 things in, 3 things had to go. That was, and I still work like that now. So I've still got a very.
That's quite a good way.
Yeah,
I'm a massive fan of decluttering.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
Massive fan. Because
and she said we were talking about this dress, and they said how it looked lovely, and I did feel really good in it because it's black, so it's a sort of slinky black dress. And one of my friends, she said, well, you weren't that fat before. I said, you weren't that heavy before. And I said, well, I was 13 and a half stone. And she said, no, you were. I said, I was 13. She said, well, you didn't, because I hid it very well.
Yeah, I did too.
Differently. I dressed differently than I do now. And interestingly enough, when I'd lost the weight, I don't know if you've heard of the lovely Becky Barnes, who does charity. She'd be a lovely lady for you to interview. She does
thank you. Pass it my way.
Yeah, I will. She does these amazing eco shopping trips in Bristol. So you go with her, you pay, I don't remember what it is, 25 quid or something. She's your when I went, there was 4 other ladies. So she was our personal shopper for the day. And we went to all these charity shops that she knew. So they've got all this lovely stuff for us. And I went basically because I needed help dressing the size I am now. Because I was still picking things up.
So used to that shape before.
Yeah. And I said, I picked things up. And she said, no, put it back. No. And I bought a jean jacket, which I love to death and wear all the time, and never would have thought of picking that up. I bought the most amazing, like 50s style green and white polka dot dress, which I love. And the only thing I bought that I didn't really wear very much was like a jumpsuit thing that I bought. But actually, that's because it was too big.
Yeah,
but and that is interesting because as I say, I still tend to sort of, and I think, no, I don't need that. I can buy something fitted. I can buy something that you can see my shape, because I was always covering it up because I wasn't comfortable. And I, like a lot of women, was all around my middle. You know, I've actually haven't got that pear-shaped thing. I've got quite a nice bum. My legs are all right. But it was the middle, you know, it was always the middle that was the problem. So, yeah. And it's interesting you talking about drinking, because I'm 5.5 years sober. Me and my husband.
And 3.5 years.
Yay! Yay! And that was just the best thing I ever did. And
yeah, I've got to say, it's the best thing I've ever done.
It's an interesting topic, isn't it? Because people get quite defensive about it, don't they? If they have an issue themselves.
Yeah.
But I talk.
And also, then they can kind of assume that you were an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Like, no, I wasn't a raging alcoholic. I was probably classed as a normal drinker, a normal binge drinker in my 20s and 30s, and then a normal Playdate and Prosecco mummy.
Yeah.
in my 30s. But actually, for me, it was an emotional crutch, just as, you know, probably the food was as well back then. An emotional crutch, and to say, right, I don't want to have it anymore in my life, that took a lot. And I went on Alan Carr's The Easy Way to Stop Drinking. I went on the day course. Yeah, and I honestly, I was like, am I doing the right thing? I mean, come on, why can't I just have a few drinks here and there? Why am I doing this thing? And it was this psychological madness running up to this day. Where they say you will walk out there and you will walk out of the day, the workshop, and you will never drink again. I'm like, I don't know whether I really want that. Like, I just want to reduce it. But it was all crazy in my head.
Yeah. I had to have help. I went to the Turning Point, you know, the government funded absolutely amazing. And David, we're both 5.5 years sober now, so that's brilliant. Because again, my friends, when I told them I was going to stop drinking, what do you mean you're going to stop drinking? You know, because because they didn't know, they had no idea, because it was David and I used to drink at home. That was what we did. You know, we drank together. That's what we did. That was part of our marriage. It was like it was weird actually when we stopped, because it was like me, David, and the booze, and now it's just me and David, which is fine.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was, oh, okay.
What do we do now?
Yeah, no, exactly. Oh God. But it was, yeah, so it's an interesting thing, isn't it? And I'm quite heartened actually, because I see quite a lot of things on Facebook about youngsters aren't drinking so much, hopefully, and there's more and more people that are not drinking. And yeah, I mean, I drank because it was a stress crutch for me, because what David and I did in our life together was we were in the catering trade, and we had restaurants, and he was a chef and I was the front of house, and I was 28 when we had I mean, I loved it. But I was 28, we got our first restaurant, and of course, because then it's like you with getting home with and not having anybody to monitor you.
Yes.
All this wine, and you haven't got to buy it. You have got to buy it. You haven't got to go to the shop.
Oh no, that would be the worst. Yeah.
Kid in a sweet shop or what? Anyway,
Yeah.
so and because it was very, very stressful. I mean, the catering trade is, and it was stressful for the next 25 years, or however long we did it for. And so I drank basically every day from when I was 28 until I was 58. Literally every day. If I was ill, I'll have some medicine. If I was happy, I'll have some medicine. If I was sad, and it was just what you did. You know, it was like, and do you know what I felt like? When I was able to start drinking, I never thought I would be able to. I literally didn't think I'd be able to, but I did. It felt to me like, what are they called when they live inside you? A parasite. There's a little that's literally what it felt like to me.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not saying it's been. I mean, it's not been easy, but I have done it, and
then you kind of the parasites up here. It's
you've got all these triggers that trigger you, and you've got to learn to go with the urge of it, because if the urges go away, it's just that our bodies are used to us urge. I want that, and you give it to them, and they want it more. It wants it more. So you have to mindfulness meditation, darling. That's what helped me so much, and I do it every day, and I'm thankful every day that I went on a 3-month mindfulness course as part of the treatment, and so it was.
That sounds amazing.
Oh, it was fantastic, and it was twice a week. So it was a Tuesday and a Friday, 2 hours, Tuesday and Friday morning for 3 months, and you had to commit to it, and you had to be practically dead before you could not go, because they wanted you to, and that's
amazing.
Honestly, that was just the best thing that happened to me. And this is 5 years ago, and I do mindfulness meditation twice a day, morning and evening. And if I don't do it, you know, when you clean your teeth and you don't for whatever reason, you can't clean your teeth, you feel like something's missing. That's how I feel if I don't do it. Yeah, you know, because it's just like something you have to do. It's sort of like breathing almost, you know. So yeah, so of course, well, the drinking, of course, didn't help with the weight, because as you say, it's completely empty calories, isn't it? Yeah, completely empty calories. What I was surprised at was when I did actually manage to stop, which was thrilling. I just wanted sugar, because
it's a massive sugar addiction too. That's hiding behind the alcohol. Yeah,
crazy. And you know, so in the end, because I had a support worker, Rachel, lovely lady, and I'm still friends with her now, she said, well, go and get some lemonade. I said, lemonade? That's too sweet. She said, do you not realise how much, and I didn't really, do you not realise how much sugar there is in alcohol? I said, well, I used to drink, you know, dry white wine. Doesn't make any difference. Still got loads of sugar in it. And I went, oh. So I did actually buy some lemonade, and it did help, because you just have to sort of get your body, it has to get over the cravings of because it's used to having that amount of sugar.
Yeah, people don't realise.
No, people don't realise it. And the other thing as well, I don't know if you explored this, but when I was doing it, the way she got me to do it was to sort of like reduce by 10% every week, and you had to write down all your units. The first
Oh,
week.
you see, mine was just cold turkey.
God, was it?
And you never. And I will tell you this: the person that I went with, my partner at the time, we went out the night before, and we were both like, "Oh no, don't want to do this, don't want to do this." How many bottles did we drink? Probably, definitely 3 bottles of wine, possibly 4 bottles of wine. We were both kind of hanging the next day going to this thing, and but that, yeah, it's a different way of doing it, and within it there is hypnosis and stuff like that within the day, and it basically breaks down all of the false beliefs you have around alcohol, and that it has to be, you know, it's all the parties you've ever been to in your life, you know, for most families, there is always booze there.
Yeah, because it's special, because it's a celebration, and you can't have a celebration, you can't be happy
without booze.
Yeah.
Yes. Whereas, you know, I can kind of, I can see where it came from back in more tribal times, but it was more of a sacred thing.
Yeah.
You know, like
they didn't do it every day.
Having, you know, smoking the pipe and stuff like that. They didn't do it every single day, all day, like smoking.
No.
It was a sacred act. And it's like all of those sacred acts have now gone out the window, and we want to do it all day, every day.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's
into trouble.
I know. And of course the thing is, when we were in the catering trade, I still feel a bit guilty about this when I think about it, but that's just my life then. I wanted people to drink more because that's when I made more profit.
Yeah.
If I only had a bottle of wine between 4, I could really? I mean, I could drink a bottle of wine on my own. And I think a bottle of wine between 4, that's 1 glass each, and that was fine for them. And that was absolutely the way to do it. But no, I just really get some. I tell you, one of the worst things, I don't know about you ever felt about this, when you went to actually buy the booze, you go to the supermarket, you know, and you've got a bloody trolley full of booze, basically, because was both of us drinking. And I'd look in other people's baskets and I think, well, they haven't got any booze. What do they do? How do they manage? How do they cope? And now I'm like really proud because I go and there's no booze. Full of health, full of vegetables and, you know, lovely things. And, yes. So, one day when David was taking the recycling, somebody said to him, "We had a party then." No, it's just a week's worth of bottles.
I said that to someone. "Oh, you guys have had a good party." And they're like, "No, that's just our normal 2 weeks." Sorry.
Well, yeah, you know, this is the thing, isn't it? It's So yeah.
Let's go back, because I really want to promote your business and how you really help people. So who are the people that come and see you? Who do you help?
Okay, so the people that come and see me for help are they tend to be women. I don't mind helping men, but I'm probably more comfortable with women because I'm a woman, and I know how my mind works around my weight and everything, which is what I said before. And so I know that I can empathise, and I feel their pain, and I know what their pain is because I've been there and I've done it. So I've got my star pupil, if you like, lady called Tracy. She's in her 50s, I think, early 50s, and she has been having me as her weight loss coach for the last 18 months. Obviously at the beginning I was helping her more, and as she got more sort of into it, she sort of, you know, you don't need so much help, but I'm there all the time if she wants me. So and she's managed to drop, she was 15 and a half stone, she's 12 stone now. And do you know what?
That's good.
Do you know what the best thing is? She's lost 77 inches off her body.
77 inches.
Yeah, and that's amazing. 6'4". If you put all those inches at 6'4", she's lost 20 inches around her waist.
Wow.
Yeah, and the best thing for me is that when because it's a personal service, so I go and talk to people. You know, they say they're interested in how have you done it. I say, well, let's have a chat. You know, I prefer to meet people or talk to them like this. Yeah. And then we can talk, and I can find out what they do and what their life is like now. Because the great thing about my program and the products and things that I've got that I use is that I can bespoke it. So,
Yes.
if I talk to someone and their life doesn't fit the prescriptive thing, that's fine, doesn't matter. We can go, all right, if you can't do that then because, I don't know, you can't, whatever you can't do.
Yeah, I don't know, can't eat tablets or something.
Yeah, that's it. We can fit it in, we can sort it out. So that's what I like. It's very, very flexible so that I can really help people to, and the thing about Tracy is that when I went to, and it's interesting because I met her probably about 2 years before she actually came to me. She came to me, and so because I've been posting on social media about my weight loss. My husband said, God, you're going to stop posting with yourself in your underwear soon, dear. I said, well, when I get to my target weight, I will. So she'd seen that and she came to me eventually and she said, how have you done it? I said, well, I'll come and talk to you about it if you like. So she said, okay. So I went round to her house and I still remember that day really clearly because she was sort of like hunched like this, and she was got no energy and I'm really tired. My knees hurt. I can't sleep very well. I really hate being this way. And I said, well, okay, well, I can help you with that. We can work on that. It's not going to be short because, it's a long-term project, but I know I can help you. And I had my before, I just showed her my before. And she said, I know, it's amazing. She said, you look great. And I said, yeah. And at that time, I think I'd probably been about the weight I want and the size I wanted to be for about 6 months. So I knew that I was maintaining it. And that's another thing she was really interested in. And the other thing she was really interested in as well, she'd been to Slimming World and she lost 1.5 stone. She got to 14 stone and she could not get lower than that. And she said, I don't think I could ever be less than 14 stone. I said, you can, with my help. If you follow the product, you use the products and the program and my help, you can be your target weight. She said, I don't think I can. And she's 12 stone now. Yay. And the thing about it is as well, she said to me, so she was on tablets for this, tablets for that. She's not on any tablets anymore. Her knees don't hurt. She sleeps really well. And she's got so much, so like she was all like this before. Now, if you see her now, she's all like, yay! And she's got so much more confidence. And that just makes me so happy because I know how I felt. And I just want to help other people feel like that. I mean, the slight problem I've got, if you like, is that my program is, because it's so good, because it's so good for you physically, for your health as well. So the whole time I was doing the program, I felt better than I've ever felt in my life. So consequently, there's a cost for that. I mean, it's a financial cost for that, and not everybody is prepared to do that. And it's a shame because for me, I was trying to say to people, look, it's an investment in your health. It's an investment in your health now, and it's an investment in your future self. My mum, bless her, she died at the beginning of this year. She was quite old and quite ill, so it was a sort of a bit of a blessing in disguise, really, one of those sort of situations. But she had been ill for the past 20 years of her life, and for the last year she was in a care home and she didn't really go out of her room and she couldn't walk. And that is I don't want to do that. That is what I don't want to do.
Health is one of the most important things to your life. What can you do when you don't have your health?
Nothing.
It just kind of cripples everything, doesn't it? So being the healthiest that you can be as an individual is one of the best things you can focus on. And there are lots of things you can do that are free, that are going to help you.
Yeah.
Or just small tweaks you can make.
Yeah, and that's what
life as well. Yeah. Aren't there? Yeah. And then there are wonderful products you can add that can help accelerate that.
Yeah. Or if you're like me and, with all the will in the world, I just couldn't do it by myself. And I just couldn't.
Doing it with people. It's like, I coach groups of mums in business, single mums in business, because that camaraderie, that
makes all the difference.
Support system. Not only am I supporting you wonderful ladies, but you are supporting each other. And it's so important, and that accountability as well. Yeah.
It's huge. It's absolutely huge. Well, see, I've got a really nice, well, you're in it, aren't you? I've got my Zest for Life with GinaG Facebook group. And that's completely, that is, I mean, I just give lots of tips and hints and things. I mean, I do talk about the products now and again.
Yes,
But,
and rightly so. They're brilliant products.
Yeah, well, exactly.
And if you go into the group, you'll find out what we're talking about.
Yes, exactly. But I do feel that, as you said, there are a lot of things that people can do for themselves, but it's all about your mindset. And if you don't have someone helping you with that, it can be so difficult. It can be so difficult. And it upsets me so much because, you know, I know there's, I've got to say this, people are going to probably hate me for it, but I'm not even sure what I want to say about it really, but there's this like body image thing, positive body image thing. I really struggle with that because from a health point of view, there is just so much evidence that carrying excess weight is not good for your health. So empowering people to feel, I don't want people to feel unhappy, but I just don't think it's, I don't know, do you know what I'm talking about?
People to feel healthy. I want everybody, in an ideal world, I'd love everybody to feel really healthy and have good vitality.
Yeah.
And that doesn't necessarily mean nobody's going to all look the same.
No, and you don't have to be sticky
at all. But I know from my own personal experience, the healthier I am, and I don't go to extremes because I did also used to go to extreme detoxing and this and that, and I don't do that.
No, it's balance, isn't it?
Yeah, it's balance, and and now my health and my vitality is really good.
Yep.
And you know, when I had a doctor's thing, I can't remember what it's called, checkup thing. You know, and you know, I'm more like a 35-year-old, not a 41-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, nobody.
I'm not. I know I'm not. But
anyway,
I was 5 years. You know, everything was 5 years younger than I actually am. So I'm very pleased with that. So that's the thing, isn't it? It's about being your best self, and it's and I don't know if you've ever seen that. There's a really good thing on Facebook where they show you a picture of there's a fat person, and their skeleton inside is the same size as a thin person's skeleton.
Yeah.
You know, what the difference is it's fat, and that's just not good. It's you know, if you've got to carry all that round, your heart has to work harder. You know, you're going to get more joint problems. You're going to get all the stuff that we think in the Western world actually comes with age. It doesn't. It doesn't have to come with age. What you can do is you can decide that that's not what you want, but you have to then make lifestyle choices and changes.
And it equally goes for the people who are slim or thin or whatever you want to say, and are not doing healthy lifestyle choices,
because you can still have
will be inside. It will be inside. So just promoting healthy lifestyle
is much. Yeah, exactly.
Is for everybody.
Yeah. Well, actually,
the way forward. We're nearly towards the end. So would you like to give some details? I'm going to put all the details of how to get in touch with both of us underneath.
Okay.
But is there anything you would like? Any final words you'd like to say? Invite people to your Facebook group.
Yeah, I think the thing that I'd like to say is that I love being on Facebook. It's my favourite platform, and I'm really proud of my Facebook group, Zest for Life with GinaG. So pop over there, meet us all. We've got, I don't know, we're nearly 100 now, so that's really good. I only started it about 3 months ago, so I'm doing really well. Lots of interaction, lots of free healthy tips, and you can see what other people are doing. So that's what I would love you to do. Join my Facebook group. That's like where I hang out all the time. Yes, definitely.
Fantastic. So GinaG, Zest for Life.
That's it. Yep.
All the links are going to be below to get in contact with Gina and talk about health and weight loss. And the links for me are going to be below as well. If you're a mum or a single mum in business and you're feeling a bit stressed and overwhelmed with juggling everything and being the head of everything in your household. And if you want a bit of help getting clarity, more confidence, and creating a plan that actually works for you, then I'm your lady, and all the links are going to be below. Thank you so much, Gina. It's been
it's been a pleasure. Wonderful.
It's been absolutely fantastic having this interview. Coffee with Jane, and I look forward to maybe interviewing you in a year's time and seeing what's gone on in the last 12 months.
Absolutely. Watch this space.
Watch this space. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.